Today, I've got a big announcement. Cerealoverdrive community servers are finally here for the console edition of Rust. After 1 month of playing around with community servers, I can finally say that it's not time to launch community servers, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways because I don't know if things are going to get any better. There's going to be a rant coming later, but let's go over the details here. So basically, if you're looking to play a community server with me, it's going to be called Cerealoverdrive's Quad, Trio, Duo, Solo 2x monthly server. Right now, I think it just says server, but monthly because it's a monthly wipe cycle. I need to put that in there. It's going to be a 2x server. It's going to be quads and lower as far as team sizes go. And yeah, it's going to be my official server. There's going to be a few other things that we're going to play around with. So what I'm hoping to do is that Thursday, when this server launches with the wipe, it's going to be T1 and down as far as what you can build. You're not going to be able to craft a T2 or T3. Then, once Saturday comes, T2 and T3 are going to unlock and everybody can go nuts. After 2 weeks, you're going to be able to spawn in on the server as a naked with a bow and 5 arrows. This means that even if you got knocked out early, you can still come back to that server 2 weeks in and play. And that's about it. Probably near the end of the wipe, we're going to start spawning people in with something like a Tommy gun or something like that, just to make things more interesting. But basically, you're going to have 2 weeks of a pretty stable just 2x wipe, and then things will get a little bit more interesting with beginners spawning in with a bow, or newbies or fresh spawns spawning in with a bow, not necessarily beginners. And then near the end, we're going to give them a little bit more gear because we want to just encourage that gameplay late into the wipe. And the only way you can really do that is just by giving people a nice sort of start when they spawn in, but I don't want to give people AKs or MP5s or anything like that because that just feels a little too overpowered. At that point, it's like, what did you really grind for? But if you're 2 weeks in and you're still having trouble getting a bow, I mean, come on. And if it's the end of the wipe and you can't get a Thompson, well, you might as well spawn in fresh and just see what you can do. It gives you a chance to play with some of these guns, but it doesn't give you the chance to overpower people who've been on the server regularly playing and grinding it up. So yeah, that's the idea behind these servers. If you're looking to support these servers, there's basically 2 ways you can do it. So the first way is going to be with a VIP slot. If you're wondering how to get a VIP slot, right now it's going to be pretty easy. Eventually we're going to set up a Patreon and try and do some other stuff. But basically all you got to do is go to my YouTube channel, select that membership slot, that membership option. It's $4.99. Once you've got it, you just message me on Discord. I'm Cerealoverdrive. There's a link to the Discord down below in the description. If you plan on playing the server, you should probably just be in there anyways. But yeah, message me on Discord. Say, hey, Cereal, this is my YouTube name. I'd like VIP on your server. This is my name or my gamer tag. Give me that. I'm going to set it all up. You'll have VIP. Bing, bang, boom. You can jump in even if the queue is full. Now, once you sign up or once you get membership, don't expect me to give you VIP right away. It's going to take a little bit of time because I've got to do that. I've got to be on. I've got to set everything up. I'm not online 24/7 because go figure, I'm a human. I need to sleep. I need to eat. I need to poop. And I like to jack off. Anyways, though, no, but yeah, that's how VIP is going to work. And then near the end, now this is a little pay to win. Let me know what you think down below. We might change this. But near the end, what's going to happen is if you want to support mods, there's a few mods on the server. You can message them and you can have them spawn in an event. And you pay them X number of dollars that you both agree on. They're going to spawn in an event. And the way that's going to work is they're going to do a supply drop or an airdrop. And it's going to happen at any monument of your choosing. So basically, they're going to let people know the smoke's going to go up. Planes are going to come in. Maybe it's going to be 2 or 3 planes. And they're going to drop those supply drops. And then you can fight it out. Your big advantage, the advantage that you're paying for, is knowing which monument it's going to be dropping on ahead of time. But everybody's going to know once the smoke goes up. There's going to be, hopefully we're going to do like a message in the chat or something like that. But yeah, basically that is what you can pay for. It's probably going to be a couple bucks. And you get that event to kick off. There are going to be those events happening naturally. But if you just want to spawn something in or support a moderator, that's a good way to do it. And that's only going to be happening about 2.5 weeks into a wipe. So you're going to wait until the wipe gets a little bit stale, and that's when you can start spawning in events by paying moderators. It is a little bit pay to win, but it's not like you're paying for a kit or anything like that. No moderators should be giving you kits or anything like that. Even me, myself, I'm not going to be spawning in any extra stuff for me to use in my personal gameplay. Now, when I say that, I might create some cool bases or something like that, or try and create a maze or something like that. But basically, I will not be killing you or using anything that I spawn to get any sort of advantage on you, if that makes sense. As a moderator, it's going to be the same for them, and they're not going to be able to raid anyone for the first week of wipe. The reasoning behind this is that moderators might be able to see into your base. So basically, you're going to have a week where moderators can't do anything, and that's hopefully going to eliminate a lot of the the admin abuse that happens on other servers. Let's be honest here. There's a lot of people that are playing it a little bit or very corrupt, and I really want to try and avoid that on my server. But I want mods to be able to play still. I don't want it to be like a punishment. So I'm saying like a week can't raid, and after that you can raid. But honestly, you got to go through the doors, and like if a moderator goes right to your TC, it's a little suspicious. Unless you got a 2x1. Let's be honest. If you got a 2x1, someone goes right to your TC. It's not the biggest mystery in the world. This isn't trying to figure out who made the Wookiee cookie. It's just it's a 2x1. You obviously know where the TC is, and you know, if you put the TC in some weird spot, hats off to you. I probably went wrong, but it is what it is. That one I think we expect, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if things seem a little suspicious, feel free to message me, and I'll try my best to look into them. I'm not going to be online 24/7. I'm not going to be running this server. I'm not going to be the big Zerg. I'm not going to be playing 8 hours a day. This is not going to become my day job. Just right off the bat, this is more of a casual server for me, and I think it should be a casual server for you. That's what I'm hoping for. That's the vibe I'm hoping for, right? Like, this channel is not... Some of you are hardcore players, but I think a lot of people are just sort of the weekend warriors. They're playing after work. They're having a good time with it. They're getting a couple hours a day in at most, and I want this server to be a server for all of you too. And if it isn't casual enough, we're going to come up with more casual servers, and we're going to keep trying this until we get it right. Now it's time to go into the rant, because a lot of you were probably expecting this. I did tease it a little bit in the beginning, and honestly, setting up a community server was so hard. You would think that D11 was paying me to do it. It took me so long to do it, and honestly, one of the reasons that I can't do this the way I want is because I've had such a shit show of an experience. Sometimes I log in on the console, I log in on my Xbox, and I can't see any community servers. I can see the official servers, but I can't see community servers. And it's like, you think if you take 2 years to do something, after saying it would take you a month, that you'd at least get so far as to make sure that the community servers could show up when I go to look for them on my game, on my console. In addition to that, sometimes, even though I can get them on my console, I can't find my community server because my server is not showing up, and I don't even get what's going on there. I've just got to keep restarting it, putting it off, putting it online, wiping it, doing all sorts of stuff to try and get the server to show. And then once the server shows, I've got to cross my fingers and my heart and hope that nobody restarts it, because then it could completely disappear. It's honestly one of the shittiest experiences I've ever seen for community servers, and the fact that it took them 2 years to come up with this is ridiculous. This is like someone telling you it took them 2 years to build a house. You walk in and it's just a bathroom in a corner that they masturbate in. Yeah, you've got one wall white and the rest of it's pink. What the fuck's going on, dude? It's just like, I don't get where they're coming from this. I don't get how this took 2 years. If they told me this took 2 months, I'd say, hey, hats off, that's pretty good. If you told me it took a year, I'd say, wow, it took you a little bit longer than I expected, but hey, it is what it is. Maybe the code base was hard. If you told me that they said it was going to come out 1 month after release, and then 2 years later they dropped it, I'd say it should be the goddamn Picasso. It should be the Mona Lisa of community servers. It should be something that every other single game looks on in awe. They should be trying to steal the source code because of how amazing it is. And right now, it's a pile of garbage, if we're being honest. Like, they have a lot of options. They have a lot of cool things there, but no one can use them. No one can set any of this stuff up, because the problem is, the second you start playing with the settings, the second you have to restart the server, there's a chance that your server might not show up, and then you've just got to play pokey with it. You got to try and turn it on, turn it off again, do the hokey pokey, and hope that it turns on, because if it doesn't, you've got to do it again. And hey, I've got a couple hours to game a week, and you know what? Most of my time is spent restarting a server. That's not what I call gaming. That's what I call bullshit. And that's all you're getting, honestly. It's like I'm paying $19 a month or whatever the hell I'm paying to get tortured. And it's not even that good, because most of the time I'm just bored. It's ridiculous. Like, I just don't understand how this is a product that we get after waiting for so long. Like, I love the options. I love the customizability. But I hate the fact that every time I go to change something, I really am holding my breath hoping that the server comes up again. And honestly, like, my server, like, this is the thing. I didn't want to launch it because I'm like, they're definitely going to fix this. D11's not going to just let this sit here. But boy, oh boy, was I wrong. Merry Christmas, Cerealoverdrive. You got it wrong again. The 2024 resolution for the new year is to fuck things up more and more and more. And I don't know. It's just like, it's one of those things, like, I've got to rant on it, because even though I got things working, every time I do a restart, every time I type something into the console, I've got to hold my breath and hope that I don't take this whole thing down. And it's just me working on it right now. But when all of you are in the server, if you got 100 people playing, if you've got even like 50 people on your server, there's 50 people that I let down if I make a change. 50 people that if I decide to add one more board to the map and the whole thing goes offline, I've got to wipe or do some sort of restart, I let them down. That board wasn't worth it. And honestly, no change is worth it. So that's why I'm saying, like, maybe we're going to have bows 2 weeks in. Maybe we're going to have T1s until Saturday. But honestly, I don't think that's what we're going to be doing. Because the fact of the matter is, if Thursday comes around and I say T1s only, and then I've got to do a restart to get T2s and T3s to show up, and then the server goes down, it crashes, we're going back to a previous wipe, or like the wipe gets corrupted, the save file gets corrupted, and all of a sudden the server's got to restart, I look like a goddamn maniac. I look like I just messed up a bunch of people's weekend because they grinded up until Saturday, and then their server, their progress, it all just disappeared. And that's honestly like a horrible experience. And a lot of people, this is one of the things I'm worried about, right? Like I've got a channel here. There's people that trust me. There's people that think like Cerealoverdrive. That's like not many of you respect me. Let's be honest. I made a joke about a Wookiee cookie a little bit earlier. How much can you respect it? You know, Elon Musk, he actually might do it, but most reputable CEOs wouldn't do it, and a lot of people would argue Elon Musk isn't reputable, but he's better off than me, anyways. But no, like it's just like you lose even if I blame everything on D11, and I think I'd be in the right to say that. Even if I do that, people are still gonna get mad at me if things go wrong. I mean, look, I work for a company that's on the internet. And sometimes people get mad at me because Google made a change. I don't work for Google, but they still get mad at me. Like, there's times that people are running in. Like, I've had people come to my boss and not my boss, but like, I've had reviews come in badly because something didn't work on like an original iPod. And it's like, like, why would you expect this to work? But people are like, well, you should support everything. And it's like, yeah, I should support an abacus, I guess. But people just get upset for ridiculous reasons. And honestly, like, this is the thing I'm worried about, that these servers are going to be more stressed, not because you all being racist. Well, I mean, you're going to do that. But, like, not because of you guys doing something, but because of D11 doing something. Like, the Rust community is toxic enough. I don't need the game developer adding to it. Seriously, it's like the players are over here throwing up the Nazi flag, and D11's over there riding the short bus. I don't get what's going on here, but it's not good. It's just like it's like, oh man, I wanted to wait a month, launch community servers and everything to be perfect. But the fact of the matter is, I played around with community servers a bit. I've got my server. It's got a red title in it. It looks cool. You can see I did a little bit of work with it, a little bit of research. But like when I went to add the red, the server went down for it went down for a whole day. It went down for a whole day to change the title to red, and it didn't go down because I did anything wrong. It went down because I restarted the server 3 times and it didn't show up in the community servers tab. Then I went off, I had lunch because you know what? I get hungry too. I'm a human. I came back down. I've got kids, I've got family, I've got work, I've got things to do besides restarting and doing this junk. And instead, I'm sitting down just restarting a server. Like, seriously, I'm paying $19 a month and this is a service I get. Make it 25 and make the server work. I'd be happy. But I came back down, I restarted, and then all of a sudden I go on my Xbox to see if I can see the server, and I can't see community servers because Xbox or the console is broken now and community servers aren't showing. And it's not just me, because you go on the Discord and there's other people complaining about it. And, you know, D11 saying it's G-Portal, G-Portal saying it's D11, and you're sitting there thinking that they're both in on it. Anyways, finally that gets working. Then I look and the community server seems to be on, but the title's off. There's a little typo and you got to go through it all again. So it's one of those things, like anytime you've got to change anything on that main G-Portal panel, you're crossing your toes, crossing your fingers, you're calling up your best friend so you can cross D's because you need all the luck you can get. It's just like, man, it is rough. And that's not what I expect when it takes them this long to develop it. If this came a month after release, yeah, I'd still give them some shit, but I'd expect it, right? Like, a month into release, the sad state of video games in 2023 is you expect there to be a lot of bugs. You expect those to be fixed 2 years later. We're almost 3 years into the release cycle for the console edition Rust, and community servers just launched, and they launched as buggy as you'd expect them to launch 1 month after release, and that's not acceptable. Like, you can't take all this time saying that you're optimizing, making things perfect, and then release something that's imperfect. It's like if someone told you they're working out to the summer bod of the century, and then they make their big grand reveal, and it looks like they've been eating Twinkies and ding dongs for the last 10 centuries. It's just like I don't get it. It's like, man. This is the thing. Like, I want to do community servers. I want everybody to have fun. I want to see like a server pop off. I want to have a good time with it. It's not that much money. I don't mind doing it. I'd host a lot of them if I could. But then I see all this, and it's like, do I really want to be sitting here restarting servers and hoping that everything goes well? And when it doesn't, do I want to be dealing with it? Not really. Like, it's a huge overhead. Even if you could trust the fact that everything's gonna go perfect, and it really isn't. It's just like this is what we waited 2 years for, and it's I'm excited to launch community servers. I'm excited to launch my community server, and I'm glad that we finally have this option. But I'm very, very curious what would have been released a month after the launch of the console edition of Rust. Because if it was in a worse state than this, I don't understand it. Like, it's really bad when you have community servers not showing up, when you have trouble launching community servers, when the game, the thing, the menu has trouble even finding the community servers to serve to players so that they know that they can join your community server, because that's got to be one of the most frustrating experiences for someone, right? Like, wipe happens, you launch your server, you're hoping everything goes well, and while everybody else is getting people, you're sitting there trying to troubleshoot bugs. And from talking to the community, it seems like 20% of people run into these problems when they launch a community server. That's a huge amount of people. And it's like there's enough, I don't know. I don't want to make this video too long. I know people sometimes like the rants, but it's just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I want to have a good release. I want to have a good launch of community servers, but just leading up to it, just trying to get this thing working, it was a gargantuan effort. I felt like I was fighting the developers here at every step of the way. And sometimes I'd message support, I'd ask for help, and all you get is like, try restarting your router. And it's just like, how is that a solution when everybody when you've got all these players having issues, your solution is trying to unplug my stuff? Like, go unplug your stuff and then figure out what's wrong with it, and then you can sell me a product. Like, seriously, it's like 2 years and this is what we get. I mean, I don't know, man. This is it's one of those things that I'm like, they the console edition Rust is masterful in the sense that they've taken something that runs on a 1,500 or like a $500 computer, let's say, and it doesn't run that well, and they've made it run on a $250 console. They've made it run on a $100 console. They've made it run on things that you would not expect it to run on. That's masterful, but then at the same time, does it run well? Sort of. And then when you get to community servers, it's the same thing. They've given us something at a cheaper cost, but is it worth it? Because does it run well? And then again, you get that sort of. And as a server owner, like, yeah, it's great if you're an individual. If you're a solo player, you just want to play around with it. You just want your own little server. But is that really what you want community servers to be? Or do you want it to be more professional server admins running things, having a moderation team, doing things the right way and trying to make up in the areas that official servers can't? That's what you want of community servers. You don't want every dick running their own server and playing on their own. Like, let's be honest, if you play Rust too much, it's going to lead to you playing on your own with your own little ding-dong, but you don't want to do that in the game, too. You want to be able to play with other players, and even if it's a PvE environment, you still need the servers to actually start up and show up for players, because if you can't get servers to show up, you're having a very splintered community. And I think that's sort of what's happening now. Like, there's people that favorite servers, and then those servers disappear and nobody else can join it. So you've basically got this issue where these server admins are sitting here. They've got a dwindling population because the people that favored it are slowly leaving as wipes happen, as they get, girlfriends or whatever. And then their server's not showing up. So what do? Do they wipe the server? Do they restart the server? Do they risk the whole community trying to get more people? Or do they let that server slowly die off into the night? It's a situation that they shouldn't be running into. And if things were done correctly, I don't think they would be running into it. It's just, I don't get how we're in this situation when community servers were delayed 2 years. We're talking about the amount of time it takes to develop a game. Community servers should not have taken that long. Maybe it was one dude working, and if it was, that was a gargantuan task that he took on. And a lot of the time when people think I'm making these complaints, they think I'm aiming at the developers. I'm not. I'm aiming at the company that launches these games, the company that pays for community servers. I heard rumors that community servers made $500,000 in the first month. That's probably enough to pay at least like, let's be honest. Like, if it's a really good developer, you're probably paying like two of their salaries, maybe just one. But if you got a few lackluster developers working on them, let's be honest. Let's look at community servers. You get 5 developers working on that for 1 month's worth of community server pay. Like, maybe they're splitting it 50-50. Hey, 2 months, 3 months worth of pay. It's worth it because you're adding people to the community. You're pushing more skin sales because of this. You're keeping players longer. The more engagement you have, the more skin sales you make, the more engagement you have, the more people that you're going to get to join because people tell their friends to join. I mean, it's rough, so you guys probably don't have friends anymore, but some of the people who are just getting into the game probably have a few friends that they haven't completely destroyed. But it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. It leaves me stunned because this is not, it's not the experience I expected. And like, I want to be positive. I really am happy to be launching community servers. I'm thankful that they finally released this, but at the same time, I'm not so thankful about the state of the community servers right now and about all the hoops that I had to jump through to get my community server launched. And to be honest, even if things are somewhat lackluster, there's a really good chance that in a couple months I'm going to lose my interest in this because why would I keep going? Why would I keep putting my time into something that the people who made it don't care about? And that's what it feels like right now. It feels like they launched it. They said they launched it, and they got it in a somewhat working state, and that's that. Maybe they're just off for Christmas. I think England, they've got like a 2-week leave policy for Christmas. Everybody takes off for Christmas, New Year's. It's a big deal, but are they going to come back and really put a lot of effort into this, or did they just wash their hands of it? Only time will tell, but if it's a 50-50 shot at that, do I really want to keep putting my time into it? I don't know. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. For those of you who do join the community server, I hope everything goes well. And if it doesn't, I do apologize from the bottom of my heart. Until next time, peace.